Now we can see here that the user sent a message, I need help, and we triggered the right response to that intent. Now we're also got an alert in Slack. So if we open Slack, you can see here that I'm in a direct message with Janice, and I can see that the user said, I need some help. And you can see here that Janice also says, see conversation, and includes a link. And so what we can do is we can click that link, and Janice will actually create a channel and open a channel between you and the end user. And the channel becomes just like every other channel. It's grouped in all of these channels here. But instead of communicating with only with people in the workspace, you're communicating with a user outside of the workspace because Janice created that connection for you. So let's see what happens if I click this link. So you can see that Janice created this channel, and because I'm on Facebook, it has my name. So Janice will use that name in the channel. Now, if I'm a user and I'm chatting with you through a website, I'm not going to have that information. I'm an anonymous website user chatting with a bot. And so Janice will generate a channel name that is much more generic. It's not personalized. You can see that I'll need to join the channel. So I'll click Join Channel. And you can see how Janice has transcribed the conversation. These are messages that I've been sending, and I can see this is the user. This is actually my Facebook profile, and Janice will reply to every message that the user sends. And you're going to have a lot of these because one of the things you can do with Janice is you can train Dialogflow using messages right from the transcript. Now we'll get into that in a minute. What we want to do at this point is we just want to take over and chat live because the bot is not able to help the user, and humans are often better at solving human problems, more complex problems or problems that require empathizing with the end user. So I'm going to want to just jump in there and chat live. All I need to do is in this box below is just send a message. Hi, I've taken over live to help you. Now you'll see here that Janice will respond. I've paused your AI responses and will resume them if there are 10 minutes of inactivity. Chat freely with your user below, the arrow indicates below, and you can see my one reply to messages you receive, and I will help you train your AI. So you might have different types of users in this workspace managing the conversational experience. You might have a trainer, someone who's going to train the AI and update the AI and be able to access those channels and look at the transcripts. And then you're going to have other users that are just going to want to chat live, like customer service agents, for example. And they just need to send a message in the channel, and that message will just get relayed. And the user will not see these messages because these are messages that Janice delivers only inside of Slack. Let's look at the end user experience. So you can see here, hi, I've taken over live to help you. Now, if the user sends a message back, that's great. Thanks. You'll see here that the bot didn't respond. And that's because when you type into this message, okay, and let's just, whoops. When you type into this box, Janice will actually pause your automation. So you can see here that the bot did not respond. So I'll just say you're welcome. And I'm now in a live chat session with the user. So Janice is taking the messages from Slack and relaying them to the end user. And we can go back here and you can see now I'm in a live chat with the end user. Now, if the user leaves, they abandon the conversational experience, they move on to something else, people get busy, or they've got the help that they needed to be able to get on with their day, they might just abandon and leave. And after 10 minutes of inactivity, and you can see that here, with 10 minutes of inactivity, Janice will automatically resume your automation. That way, when the user comes back, Maybe you've moved on, you're helping another user, you're running your business. The bot will automatically start responding with automated messages. Now, I could, at any time, if I want to resume the automation, I can do that in a couple of ways. I can click this resume button here, or I can use these slash commands. That's / on your keyboard, and then I just type resume. And you can see here that this is a command that it's a shortcut that you can use in Slack that Janice will understands to resume automated messages. So I'm just going to click that, and I'm going to hit, you can see /resume, and I'm just going to hit enter. And then you can see that Janice will respond. I've resumed your AI responses. I will pause your AI when you send another message. So I can just start typing again, and that'll pause the AI, or I could click this pause button and it'll do the same thing. And when I click the pause button, you can see here that I have the ability to change the amount of time that I want to pause the automation. Maybe it's the default 10 minutes of messaging inactivity, but maybe I want the automation pause for 60 minutes. I want to keep a live chat session open for 24 hours, or maybe just until I decide to resume it. So forever is, I'll need to manually resume it. So I'm going to let you know that you can select one of these options. Maybe it's just 5 minutes, or I can even set a custom duration. So 90 minutes. Now this is helpful. Maybe you just want use the bot to answer some quick questions, and your goal is to get into a live conversation. So once you do, if you don't want the automation to resume immediately or after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you can configure the amount of time, and then Janice will pause, and you can see here Janice will pause your AI responses and then resume them if there is 90 minutes of inactivity. So you can just keep chatting freely with the user. Now, one of the things that's really helpful is that you can also push content to the user. So maybe I have, if I click push content, I have a response already set up to a user's question. I don't need to type that out again. I could just push a saved response. I've already trained the AI to respond, and even though I'm chatting live, I can reuse the AI that I've already invested time training to then boost my live chat productivity time. So I'm just going to cancel this first, and I'm going to ask a question about social distancing. Actually, I'm going to ask a question about staff. Are your staff tested daily? Now, the bot would actually has a response for this, but since we're in live chat mode, Janice has paused your automation, then you can see the bot didn't respond. So if I go back to Slack, I can just send a message, yes, they are. Or I could click this push content button, and I can actually look for these dialogue flow intents. This is the AI, and I want to just send a pushed response. I want to search for, this was testing. So I'm just going to look for, there it is. So when users ask questions about the staff being tested, I could just select that, and I can push that response to the user. So there's the response that we train the AI to deliver to the user. But because we're in live chat mode, Janice won't relay the automated responses. Janice is relaying messages you type, or you can click this push content button, and Janice will relay your saved responses. Really saves time, so you don't have to type answers over and over to frequently asked questions while you're chatting live. And if we look at Facebook, we can see here that that automated message is delivered, but it was manually delivered through a live chat session.